Have you ever caught yourself talking to yourself in the car, in the shower, or while walking? Maybe you replayed an argument, planned a conversation, or beat yourself up over a tiny mistake. For years, I thought this inner voice was just background noise, something to be ignored or even ashamed of. I didn't realize I was having the most important conversation of my life, every single day, with the one person who listens to everything I say, me. My wake-up call came during a period of intense burnout. I was my own worst critic, and my inner dialogue was a brutal monologue of "you're not good enough, they're going to find out you're a fraud, and why did you even try?" I was constantly anxious, drained, and stuck. I finally understood the problem. I wasn't managing my inner world. I was at the mercy of a voice I didn't even know I could direct. The first thing I had to learn was that your inner voice isn't the problem. It's a tool. It's like having a full-time radio host in your head. The question is, are you letting a hostile critic run the show, or a supportive coach? The secret isn't to silence the voice, but to change the nature of the conversation. I started by simply noticing. I called it eavesdropping on myself. For one day, I just paid attention to the tone and content of my thoughts without judgment. It was shocking. I would never speak to a friend the way I was speaking to myself. The constant criticism was eroding my confidence from the inside out. So, I developed a simple life hack, the 2-minute mentorship. Every morning, I would spend 2 minutes having a deliberate, kind conversation with myself in the mirror. It felt ridiculous at first. I'd say things like, "Okay, what's one thing we can handle today?" Or "Remember, it's okay to make a mistake." I wasn't trying to spew fake positivity. I was just aiming for neutral, factual, and kind. This small practice slowly began to rewire my default setting from critic to coach. I have a friend who is a brilliant artist, but she was plagued by creative block. Her inner voice kept telling her every idea was trash before she even started. She started using a technique I shared with her, giving the critic a name and a silly voice. She called hers Gerald. When Gerald started ranting about how her painting was terrible, she could mentally tell him, "Thanks for your input, Gerald, but I'm just playing right now," by personifying the critical voice. She stripped it of its power and saw it for what it was, just one opinion, not the absolute truth. The goal of mastering your inner dialogue isn't to become blindly optimistic, it's to become your own chief strategist. It's the difference between a voice that says, "You failed," and one that asks, "What did you learn from that attempt?" This shift changes everything. Your inner world creates your outer reality. When you learn to coach yourself through challenges rather than criticize yourself for them, you build an unshakable foundation of self-trust. You stop being a victim of your own thoughts and start being the author of your life story. And that story can begin with a single, kinder sentence to yourself, "Today,